Chapter 8. Chapter 9. Woolpricks, Part 2. Last chapter was Chapter 8, sorry. The gate opened in a kind of a void plane. After it opened, Rimiru and his entourage stepped out and walked around the place where the stepped out and looked around the place where the Woolpricks would be held. There was a big round table in the middle of the place. The table had 12 seats neatly placed around it. By the leading chair of the table, an individual with red hair. Ramses flew over to him and greeted him cheerfully. Rimiru observed the red-haired individual with interest. This must be Demon Lord Guy Crimson that Ramses is talking about. The level of magical I am feeling from him tells me he's no ordinary being. I honestly do not want to fight him, even as I am now. He's tried to mislead people by showing the flow of his aura, but nothing can surprise me with CL as my partner, Rimiru thought to himself. Guy looked at Rimiru and smiled. You can sit down, you know. After all, this whole Woolpricks is centered around you. Rimiru went to the opposite chair opposite of Guy, and sat down. Soon others began to arrive. The first was someone who arrived was a giant wearing an Egyptian robe. This was Demon Lord Gragul the giant. He sat down with his chair and waited for the Woolpricks to begin. The next to arrive were three people. The leader was wearing a vampire robe. The second was an old man wearing a butler uniform, and the last one was a very beautiful girl with white hair who was wearing a maid outfit. This was Demon Lord Valentine and his servants. What caught Rimiru's attention was the white-haired maid. She has more magical than the supposed Demon Lord Valentine. She must have been the real Valentine, or so Rimiru thought. Maybe this is their way of throwing it off others. The real Demon Lord disguised herself as a maid while she appointed someone to replace her. Rimiru thought to himself, that is correct. See, how are you sure? Answer, after calculating the level of magicals each individual possesses, it is estimated that she has the highest out of the three of them. Her magical is that of an awakened Demon Lord. Oh, so she is an awakened Demon Lord? Huh. Tell me, CL, do I have anything to worry about with her? Rimiru asked. No, my lord. You are the strongest person in the room currently. The person who may oppose to your threat to you is currently in this room is Guy Crimson. I see. Keep me informed of anything that I may miss, Rimiru thought to himself. After the three vampires came in, the supposed Demon Lord Valentine took his seat with the two staying behind him. The next to come in was a guy who looked like he could use a lot of sleep. The guy looks tired and lazy. He walked to his seat and saw Ramses sitting next to Guy with Beretta and Training staying behind her. What the... Ramses, since when do you have subordinates? The guy looked with a shocked look. Ha 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 ha! In your face, Dino! I told you that I have followers and retainers, but you wouldn't listen. Who's laughing now, huh? Ramses said with a smug look towards Dino. Why, you, when I get on my hands on you, I'm gonna... Dino said with an annoyed look towards Ramses. Ramses flew and hid herself behind Guy's hair. Just so you know, if you lay a hand on me, I will tell you on Guy or my friend Rimiru. Guy sighed at Ramses' childish antics before closing his eyes and ignoring her and Dino. Guy, I can understand I can understand, but who is Rimiru? Dino asked with a confused look. Ramses flew back to her chair and pointed to where Rimuru was sitting. He's over there, the one with blue hair. The blue hair. Dino turned around and saw Rimuru looking at him with a brain expression. He got chills looking at Rimuru with an expression on his face. With that expression on his face. I didn't even notice him there. It's like he came out. He completely hid his presence from all kinds of sensing. I must never let my guard down around him. My instincts are telling me that he's a dangerous being, were Dino's thoughts before he sat down in his seat. Reamer observed Dino with some more with some more, before returning his look to Guy, and who still had his eyes closed. He might look like he's not paying attention, but I can tell he is watching me like a hawk. He might be trying to gauge my power level with my powers, thanks to seals and fearing and blocking my mana. My magic fuel is the same as that of a F minus adventurer. This is all to throw off people's suspicion away from me. The door opened and another person entered. This person had blonde hair and looked like a female model. She was very beautiful while they walked. Rimiru saw the person walking to the seat beside his own. With Yale's help, he was able to tell that this was Demon Lord Leon in all of his beautiful glory. Leon walked to the side of Rimiru and freezed when he saw his face. It brought back memories of a girl he summoned a long time ago. The person next to him looked exactly like her, only that his eyes were gold and he had blue hair. Reamer looked at Leon and staring at him with a calm look. Can I help you with something? Leon regained his cool before replying, It's nothing. Your face just brought back memories I thought I had forgotten. You mean Shizu, right? She was a dear good friend of mine. Rumor replied to him. How is she? Was Leon's reply. Oh, is she now? Was Leon's reply. She also asked me to punch you whenever I meet you in person. It was her dying wish. Mind me letting me do that? Rimmer said with an annoyed look at the way Leon was dismissing the memories of Shizu. I do not think I could have done anything that deserves getting punched. I gave her Ifrit so she can use his power to control her excess magic fuel. But she rejected the spirit. If you still want to punch me, feel free to come to my country if you want, Leon said to Rimuru. Rimuru sighed and looked at Leon. With his calm look, consider yourself lucky that you are not my target for coming here, but I will definitely be taking up on your offer in the future. After this is done, Leon sat down at his seat. We will see if you survive this Wolfprig, that is. And with that, both Rimuru and Leon ignored each other's presence. The other Demon Lords saw the exchange between Rimuru and Leon and kept their thoughts to themselves. Some were curious about who the blue and silver-haired person is, but they know that now it was not the time before asking such questions. After some minutes passed, Demon Lord Frey opened the door, and she walked in along with Milim, a buff man wearing a lion mask, and finally Clayman. When Rimuru saw Milim, his heart raced, and he wanted to jump out of his chest. He was watching her and admiring her face the face he loved so much. He could have sworn that he saw Milim's chin turn pink when she gave him a side glance before he shrugged it off. He was very confused and angry when he saw Milim pulling out Clayman's chair for him. All of a sudden, the moon changed when Clayman slapped Milim hard on her chin. Anyone froze when they saw this happen before their eyes, and to make matters worse, Milim was bowing her head to show in a show of surrender to Clayman. This useless piece of garbage can't do anything right. Go, take your seat. Now, you fool, Clayman said to Milim with an arrogant voice. Milim bowed to him before she went and took her seat, which was by Guy's right side. Rimiru had a look of rage after he saw the slap that Clayman gave to Milim. He wanted to go and tear him into pieces for what he did, but he was stopped by CL. Notice Lord Rimiru's mana reserve is boiling to an almost uncontrollable level. Master needs to calm down. How do you expect me to calm after seeing the girl I love get slapped before me? Rimiru thought to himself. It is estimated that if Master acts out of anger, he will do things he will regret in the future. Rimiru calmed down after that, but his hatred for Clayman has only doubled. Clayman stood up, addressing everyone. Thank you all for coming, but without further ado, let's begin this Wolfbergs. Now, someone's still coming, the guy said. Before everyone had a confused look on their face, every demon lord was already there, so who is Guy talking about? But their answers came when the doors revealed a white-haired girl wearing a beautiful white and blue dress. She walked majestically to where the other demon lords were seated. Her aura were off the charts. It frightened all the demon lords, who recognized her true identity, except for Guy and Rimiru. Rimiru watched this new girl and felt her aura. It was certain that she was a true dragon, just like him. Her aura were bigger than that of Rimiru at full power by at least 3 times. He could not comprehend what a true dragon was doing in a meeting of demon lords. The girl walked but stopped and turned around to face Rimiru. She watched him for a while before she smirked. So it was you, the girl said. Rimiru had a confused look on his face. What do you mean? Did I do something to you? No, you didn't do anything wrong. I just realized it was you since 3 days ago in the Jura Forest. I see now. I know what you truly are, the girl said to Rimiru. Rimiru had a wary look on his face. He kept his face as calm as possible, in order not to give away how worried he was on the inside. That's okay. I'm Rimiru Tempest, by the way. What's your name? The girl smiled. I don't give my name to just anyone, but with you, though, I will make an exception. My name is Valzard, the Ice True Dragon. All the demon lords who didn't know her identity before had a gobsmacked expression. To think the Ice True Dragon will take this new guy whose magicals were so small seriously. This made them all be wary of Rimiru. Rimiru nodded to her, and she went and sat down in a chair that was reserved for her. Clayman was the most shocked from the exchange just witnessed. How can a true dragon acknowledge that miserable slime? He did not understand that slime. He did underestimate that slime. Of course not. Did he underestimate that slime? Of course not. If the ice dragon may pose a threat to his plan, he had Rimiru, but he had Milim with him. She wouldn't be a problem with Milim as her opponent. As for the slime, his fate was sealed the moment he stepped foot inside this place. He will make sure that he will not leave here alive. He can't wait to finally kill that slime. With all that out of the way, let's begin, Clayman said with an arrogant tone. Rimiru looked at Clayman and smiled. He can't wait to make Clayman pay for everything that he has done. Well, that's all for today's video. Don't forget to subscribe today to become one of my domestic listeners. Goodbye, and see you next time.